So as mentioned in Session 0, you guys all originate in the city of Clayberry, which is sort of like the slummy part of Kathos. This is where industry, factories, capitalism, anything to make the city flow, to make Kathos run, to make it operational, happens here as a heavy fog continues to stay in. You hear the sound of industry, the sound of factories, ports humming from pretty much everywhere in Clayberry. You guys are kind of in more of the nicer part of Clayberry as well, which is still not as nice when it comes to the grand scheme of things. Our story begins one fateful evening outside the old seaside tavern of the old Kobold. So the old Kobold is one of the more popular taverns in Clayberry by the sea. Because of that, they brag about a wonderful seaside platter, and Clayberry citizens know never to order the seaside platter. That's an old tourist trap. Our story starts with two people who are already within the tavern themselves. Layna, I'm putting you on the spot. Introduce yourself, like you as a person, and the character that you'll be playing.
Well, me as the person is playing...
We can loop around if you need.
I'm Layna, and I'm playing... Hey, toots. I'm BrettUltimus, but you can call me Bork for short.
What are you typically doing in a tavern this late at night? Munching down. You'll see the barkeep immediately just putting their plate of food that you had requested. Sitting next to you is Juniper.
Hello, my name is Juniper. I am a streamer, artist, professional internet moth-y girl. I am playing a character named Felsic.
What would you typically be doing at the old Kobold this late at night? I'm assuming drinking.
Okay, actually, you want to know what she's drinking?
What's she drinking?
She's drinking an IPA, like the nastiest IPA in the bar, and she's like poured it into a glass, and she's put like a shot of vodka on top of it. It's the most degenerate thing anybody here has ever seen.
As a tavern keep, you don't judge someone based off what they're drinking. You just hope that they can stand on their own 2 feet and walk out once it's closing time.
She also doesn't tip well.
Oh God, he knows you, and not his favorite person. You are assuming at this point in time he's probably been feeding you literally the bottom of the barrel vodka that's made north of Clayberry, which is absolutely just the cheapest swill that could literally be used as like engine degreaser, essentially. It's one step away from that.
Oh, Brett, that's her favorite.
Yeah, so you two are just hanging out.
No, I'm just like kind of eyeballing you, the corner of my eyes, while continuing to stuff my face and rub the grease all over my fur. Seeing what you do.
At the south of the door, it is kicked in as a hardy pair of orcs walk in. And as you two walk in, you see a bunch of familiar faces, individuals that typically carry around over at the bar.
Hi, I'm Lawlman. I stream at Lawman.
He streams! Woo! Streamers!
He's a hard-working scrapyard orc. He's not a large orc by any means. You know, usually when you think orc, you think very strong, and he's got some guns on him, but nothing compared to the orc beside him.
Hi, I'm Shayne. I'm known for playing a bunch of sweet characters, a bunch of soft boys.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm Drask.
Okay.
The only thing I love more than punching is punching harder.
I try to like wave and give a big thumbs up because I'm in a good mood today. Yeah. Hello.
I like put one of my paws in the air with like a drumstick, but it's all like sopping wet, so it kind of like falls to the top of the bar.
Everyone in here is a familiar face that you've had drinks with at one point in time. So you're looking for the individual that stands out. It isn't until you see said individual in the farthest corner of the bar as this sort of brooding edgelord of a man sits there looking around slightly apprehensively, making sure that he was left alone, away from the rest of the crowd. That must be your guy. Everyone kind of gives the two orcs nods. I mean, everyone in Clayberry kind of keeps to themselves. And
I go for a low five with green hair as I pass.
She gives a slap. Tomato, the two orcs you were hoping to make contact with, seem to be approaching your table. all according to plan.
Those two would notice as they approach the corner that my character has been staring daggers into them as they loudly kick open the tavern door and high five everyone in the whole bar.
Hey everyone, I'm Tomato. I'm playing a character named Talon, a Xeon Corporation contractor, a little in over his head.
Hey, Bo. Are those guys fucking ditching us?
Hey, Toots, I don't know.
Who the hell are they talking to? That guy looks fucking corpo.
Toots, I'm trying to listen.
Do you slowly approach them?
Let's sneak. I'm gonna sneak.
Yeah. Oh boy. So the first thing you do is like you lean down, and as you turn, you immediately knock over the IPA and the vodka as it spills all over the bar. The tavern keeps like, Falsic!
I start like licking up the IPA off the ground.
You
God, you are so disgusting.
You don't have to do. I can clean it up. Okay. As you're about to hop off the stool to see what's going on, your nose perks up as the IPA spills all over the bar, and then you begin to lap it up a little loud. And that's again the tavern keep Bo! As the orcs and the corpo man can literally hear this over in the direction.
Alan's looking you up and down, absolutely baffled at what he sees. It's wild because I told you to come alone and be discreet.
We are alone.
There's no one else with us.
That includes you, jackass. What?
He goes nowhere without me.
This is my brother.
Right. So, you're looking for a propulsion shard, right?
Yeah.
And you have half the money up front right now?
I can get it.
Let me be clear, because it seems like somehow there's been some kind of mix-up. A propulsion shard, a normal one, goes for about 10,000 credits. An off-market prototype, like the one I'm offering you, without any kind of serial number on it, goes for about 14,000 credits. So it's going to be about 7,000 credits up front now. And the other 7,000 once I take you to the shard. Obviously, I wouldn't carry it on me. Now, it also makes sense you wouldn't carry that much money on you, so if you have to go get it, but we have to move quickly. I really don't have all day.
Sidebar. That's so expensive.
I know. I think I have a plan. We could cut some of this off, though. I have something that might interest him. Maybe.
All right.
How much do you think this should cut off? It's hard to get. Drask pulls out of his pouch a metal leg. I just got this.
Is that a leg made out of scrap metal?
Yeah, there's parts in it. There's who knows what's inside.
That's good stuff.
Talon's gonna look around the bar and probably clock at least 2 or 3 people in this shithole town that also just have scrap metal legs because they're probably dime a dozen, and look back and just kind of start twitching in one eye. I feel like I made it really clear that this was kind of a non-negotiable deal. Are you trying to dick me around right now?
No, I am a professional. I have a shop. Behold. I reach into my large pouch, and he sits on the table, and then it shines a 5-foot light.
Talon stands up. You'll see one of his arms kind of twitch a little bit, and he'll just like start walking towards the exit.
Wait, I have more!
I think we're
No,
done
I have so
here.
much more, please!
We'll pay extra.
This is embarrassing. This is awful.
We'll pay you double.
You'll pay me 28,000 credits.
I mean, we won't be anywhere else. We'll be here. You can always find us.
I'm not sure you know what you just did. You just offered to pay me double of something you already don't have.
Bo and Felsic, you hear this loud screaming in the tavern as this corporal man starts storming out.
I want to like roll and like see if I can like latch onto his ankles to make him just wait like one more moment.
Yeah, you immediately tumble over here as this rackling starts tumbling into a ball over to you to grab your leg. Yeah, I'm gonna say Talon literally trips over Bo.
Get this thing off of me.
It's okay, and I'll help him to his feet.
At this point, Zug, as you get Bo off of Talon, you notice a light red glow coming from his chest.
As I'm helping him up, I'll just look at it and then just poke it. Literally just poke.
What the hell are you doing?
And Talon, that is when you notice the red glow.
Fuck. He covers
bud,
his
that's
chest
cool.
immediately.
As you cover it up, you then hear beep, 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 beep,
Fuck.
beep, beep, beep. Talon explodes.
Are we all dead? End of the show.
It's been a pleasure, everyone. It really has.
I need everyone to select their token and to
Okay.
roll a dexterity saving throw.
What a
Talon, you
psycho.
will be rolling at a disadvantage.
Dang, dude, shit. It turns out it's hard to dodge a bomb in your chest.
Zug, you're good. Okay, so you will only take 4 points of damage.
Stop!
Uh,
Now,
Oof.
Mr. Brett,
yes.
I'd like to plead the case to you here that
Yes.
this was something that happened. Now, would you say that after something that happens, there could be a reaction?
Depends on how you're reacting.
I would like to use absorb elements. Or some of
Does
this.
that work if it's a surprise, like a
Burning
bomb
fire.
in someone's chest?
Rea-
That sounds like a surprise attack of some kind. Wouldn't you agree, Brett?
I will state, it does not specifically state that you cannot use absorb elements if you are surprised. So yes, you can use the absorb elements.
Get owned. Get owned, tomato.
You get owned.
As you two come into consciousness, Zug and Bo, you awaken to see yourself surrounded in the ruins of what you can only assume is the old Kobold. As you look around, you will actually see the bodies of dead patrons in the old Kobold. Oh my god!
Jesus.
Drask takes 12 points of damage from the explosion.
I've got the highest fucking kill ratio of anyone in PvP.
Tomato!
You see Drask bloodied and beaten as he comes back to consciousness.
What the hell did you do, Zug?
It wasn't me this time.
You look over at his right hand, and you'll see it's just completely made of metal. 3 of my fingers aren't working. You think he can fix this?
We gotta get out of here, but yes.
Bo is like sitting on his chest, kind of looking at him, checking him out, sniffing. You okay, boss?
Yes, get the hell off.
Drask, as you walk over to what appears to be the front of the bar, you immediately see the dead body of the Tavern Keep and an unconscious Felsic who has hit her head upon this rock.
Fuck. Hello?
Yeah, as you begin to look around, it seems that all the bodies that you're finding underneath the rubble are crushed.
Is anybody alive?
You hear what appears to be the sound of gurgling over to the south.
My ears like perk up really straight up in the air and they start like twitching violently.
And that is where you see the body of the Corpo man that you were dealing with. His gory remains slathered all over the floor underneath your foot.
I'm gonna sift through it, see if I see anything.
As you sift through, the gory viscera reacts as a bloodied hand grabs your wrist.
What in the fuck is this?
Tomato, once again, as you reanimate, would you like to introduce your character?
You will see out of the coat that you were rummaging around as this almost flubber-like being erupts out of it, and some eyes form. It almost forms a sort of body and then falls back into a big pile of goo. And then all of the eyes focus on your face. And then a small pseudopod comes out from between the eyes and erupts directly into your nose.
What the fuck are you?
What are you? No.
React, man.
I mean, I would try to resist it any way I can, but
Yeah,
right.
Drask just grabs the tendril trying to get up his nostril. Yeah, you just slap it away at that point.
Zug, here now!
It's gonna get sort of flopped away, and he's gonna roll a little bit and like slide along the ground and just sort of stare at you, almost like a wild, confused animal.
I just like, I want to reach out and look up and like just put my finger in it.
Tomato, does your character oppose this?
He
Or
goes
do-
for their nose again.
Opposing athletics, please.
Do I have to roll? Can I just choose to fail?
You can just choose fail. You don't have to roll anything. It's
Yeah.
you. So yeah, what does the character do, Tomato?
You feel extremely strange sensation as this sort of being enters your head and almost like reaches your brain and just sort of cursory scans it and then retracts back to normal and then looks at the two of you and just goes, golly, it's really hot in here.
What did he just do to you?
Is all you hear for like a few moments.
Can I make a check to see if Drask realizes that this thing was like in him or not?
Yeah, you can make an intelligence check or an investigation check. You recognize that the cloak that this creature seems to be wearing, although very much dirtied and muddied from the refuse and explosion that happened within the tavern, was the same cloak of the man that you were dealing business with.
What the fuck are you? Zug!
Is this the whole world?
I use my head like a battering ram and break any other shards of glass.
You destroy the rest of the frame as you just tear it through.
This way, come on!
I'm gonna look at this slime thing in front of me, point to the broken window and say, go there now.
Come on! Not you!
Okay.
No, keep him out here. We need...
Hold on, should we be taking this thing out?
That's exactly why we need to keep it. We need to find out what the hell it is or kill it.
So is this what you all do?
Is this what you do? You blow up taverns?
Are you speaking of my predecessor?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's Talon?
Am I speaking of your predecessor?
Okay, there seems to be some kind of feedback loop
Just
here.
Let's move. I'm going.
Where do you
Okay,
guys...
bye.
Slime, follow.
All right.
Yeah, as you begin to walk out, the embers and smoke seems to fill the area. You walk out around over to the shard. As you walk into like a scrap area, as the embers and smoke continues to fill the area, you at least have a moment to breathe.
Hey, buddy, do you know how you got inside that guy, Talon, your predecessor?
If Talon was my predecessor, then I did not get in him, you mean?
What, predisposed to become you?
So to speak.
You hear the sound of a window frame breaking. Help! Somebody help me! As your cry for help is halted by the sound of a gunshot. As you would then see two Clayberry's prots walk up.
What's your problem?
Zug, wait!
More witnesses. We have to take care of everyone. As he walks over, pulls out his pistol, and just shoots for Zug. It just bounces right off your scrap armor.
Hey, gang, my fight or flight response is kicked in. And he's gonna look for a small crack in the wall.
You would squeeze back into the bar as a scorching fire is right next to you.
And then with a combination of his own scrap that he keeps on him and stuff he just finds on the floor and looks sort of like a gun. And then he aims it and goes, die!
Just missing as her body just falls limp. He begins to turn tail and run.
Stop!
He looks over and he's just running.
No, we just want to talk!
There's more people over here!
We should get out of here.
Especially if there's more.
Brett, which way is something we'd consider safe? Either a hideout or my shack?
Would you take them to your shack?
Yeah. I would be heading there, and they're coming too. We're all hiding from the cops together. We all shot this
got
cop, right,
snacks?
guys?
So you begin to leave the area of the old Kobold, where you then head over to a secret location that Zug and his brother knows about. It is essentially a base of operations where Zug has been working on a little special project while you all retreat into hiding.